So, welcome to another SailfishOS podcast, and this time I will do a speed comparison between the Sony Xperia X running SailfishOS against the Android-powered BlackBerry KeyOne running Android 7.1.1. And yeah, I will simply start with nothing loaded in the background, as you can see here. No apps are opened. And we will start first of all with the AIDA 64 startup comparison, and of course also some information about the system itself. And where do I have AIDA 64? AIDA 64, there we have it. 1, 2, 3. And I think this was something we have to repeat. 1, 2, 3. And now it worked, and as you can see here, the Android device was a little bit faster, I guess. So let me first go into settings and disable the auto rotation for the display, maybe could help. And so let's go and see the system information. As you can see here, Sony Xperia X device running with AOSP drivers, the BlackBerry KeyOne device running a latest Android version, and as you can see here, we have 4 GB of LPDDR3 RAM, and we have 3 GB of LPDDR3 RAM on the Xperia X, and of course Snapdragon 625 and Snapdragon 650. You can see also the platform specifiers, so the MSM 8952 and the MSM 8953. So basically this one is one generation ahead of this one in terms of processing power. Let's see, we can go also for the CPU tab here, if it wouldn't blend in any ads, where you can see again the processor and the information about the processor. Just like, for example, we have 4 cores here, and we have a little bit more, 8 cores in this case, so double the cores, and we have 6 cores in total. 2 are sleeping, so we have 2 cores more on the newer BlackBerry KeyOne. The CPU, so Android version here is version 7.1, as I said before, and SailfishOS version is here 2.1.3.7. And what might be interesting, the kernel version, so this is kernel 3.10.84, and this is version 3.18 and 31. So let's go back to the home screen and try starting the default web browser. On my KeyOne I use the keyboard browser, which allows me to use my keyboard and the shortcuts that I'm quite familiar to from my BlackBerry 10 devices. So let's start the default browser I have on both of these devices and see which one loads quicker. As you can see here, of course it was a little bit quicker. Here the UI took a little bit longer. Now it's also starting to load my last website that I visited. Let's go back. Can we just simply, we can just simply mark it clean. So, or remove all tabs. So let's go back to the desktop. Let's start the default file manager. I have installed Ghost Commander in here. BlackBerry now also has a file manager, but I think it did not arrive on the KeyOne yet. It is on the Motion, however. But I will use Ghost Commander here in this case, and I will use the native application file case on the SailfishOS device. So 1, 2, 3. And as you can see here, loading times pretty much the same, I would say. A little bit faster, of course, here on the Android device. Let's start loading the music application next. Do I have a music application? I think the music application is the Play Music here on the BlackBerry device. 1, 2, 3. And as you can see here, pretty much the same in startup times, but it takes a little bit longer here to load all the files, of course. And yeah, so the BlackBerry won here by a small margin, I would say. So let's open up the Gallery app, which is called Photos which is a Google app basically on the BlackBerry, and here it's called Gallery. 1, 2, 3. And as you can see here, also again the BlackBerry device a little bit quicker. Then let's open up the Twitter application, which is the official Twitter client here, and under my SailfishOS device it's a third-party Twitter client. 1, 2, 3. And, well, interestingly enough, the BlackBerry device was again ahead, a little bit faster, and both loaded all the tweets, as you can see here. Interestingly enough, they loaded different tweets. So let's open up the next, and this is the Mastodon client in this case. For those who don't know, Mastodon, it's an alternative to Twitter, I would say, but a federal one using open source technologies. 1, 2, 3. And again, I think no comparison here. The BlackBerry device won straight ahead, loading Mastodon, and especially the tweets, or the, how they call it there, moose, I don't know, faster. Then let's start with F-Droid, and fit on the desktop, I guess. There we have F-Droid. 1, 2, 3. Of course, a little bit faster again on the BlackBerry device, but not so far ahead as the other applications, the native applications on the Sony Xperia X device. As you see, that this is clearly an Android application and running in the Android runtime or the Android compatibility layer on the SailfishOS device. So, which is pretty interesting here. So this does not really matter in terms of speed. So Reddit is next. I have Reddit somewhere. Let's see. I don't see it here. We have a keyword we can search. There we have Reddit. And I have a Reddit client here on my SailfishOS device as well, a native client. 1, 2, 3. And a little bit faster again on the Android device compared to the SailfishOS device. So, but interestingly enough, if you open up, we can see that I think images were loaded quicker on the SailfishOS device, but yeah, you can replay this in the video and see if I'm telling the truth. So the podcasting clients, AntennaPod versus G-Podder, 1, 2, 3, and as you can see here, a little bit faster on the BlackBerry device again. So the last but not least application is 9gag, a nice funny application, and both native applications on the Xperia X device running SailfishOS. It's a SailfishOS application, of course, not the Android application. 1, 2, 3. Oh, interestingly enough, the Sony Xperia X running SailfishOS was a little bit quicker than the Android app running on the BlackBerry KeyOne. Might be the application itself, more lightweight here on the Sony Xperia X device, but you'll never know. So let's go into multitasking and see if you can open up the applications, just like, for example, iOS64. Oh, looked like reloading time here on the BlackBerry, interestingly enough. Not sure if that's true. Let's try this with the file manager, maybe. Oh no. So no reloading times here, both of those devices. So let's go back to the web browser and open an address, for example cnn.com, and here also cnn.com. 1, 2, 3. And interestingly enough, as you can see here, a little bit far ahead, the Sony Xperia X device, and it completed loading. So again, this is running with the Gecko browser, this is running with the WebKit. It's not WebKit, it's the Google Chrome Blink browser engine. So interesting. Let's try loading GoLMD. And GoLMD. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, pretty head on head, but it's loading. It's loading the ads here still. So, but I would say pretty much head on head when it comes to loading times of this website. So maybe we have to load a third website, which is a pretty heavy website called Giga.de, with pretty much advertising everywhere and pretty heavy usage on the device. So 1, 2, 3. Ooh, we have a clear winner here. Yes, it's completely loaded and it's not loading at all on the left, which is interesting. Really, really slow loading times here. But as you can see here now, okay, the BlackBerry also kept up. So I think we have to do a fourth run. For example, loading Heise.de. One, 2, 3. And again, faster on the Sony Xperia X device, interestingly enough, and a lot slower on the BlackBerry device, which is interesting. Of course, some will say, your keyboard browser is shit. So let's close this keyboard browser down and open up Google Chrome, if you like that instead. And then we can compare stuff. And let's go. We have to load something new, so it's not loading from cache here. Let's load my podcasting website, which is called Linux-podcast.de. So if you like to listen to Linux related stuff in German, you can do so on this website. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, a lot quicker on Google Chrome, as you can see here. And takes a while on the Xperia X device. So now let's try maybe a different website, F-Droid, for example. 1, 2, 3. And a lot quicker here on the Android device. So maybe really the keyboard browser is a little bit slower. Maybe it's not using the Chromium Blink engine, but the internal WebKit engine of Android. Let's try one last website, yola.com, and see which one loads that faster. Okay, a lot quicker again on the Android device, but not by a large margin, as you can see here. So this is my little speed comparison of the Xperia X versus the BlackBerry KeyOne. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.